We would like to take the opportunity to discuss a little with the three of you, hosts for this event. Okay, let's start with your chain, your value chain, Ulf. Because as you pointed out, you need some kind of feedback in this in order to get it to work properly. And here we have people from many of those areas. What is the hardest sort of feedback arrow that you need to stress now?
That was a very good question.
Perhaps a bit too hard to start with, but...
No, but I think if people that are present here today are from different parts of the value chain, I think one very important part, that is during the discussions today, really try to formulate a concrete demand, so to speak. That I think is, and then I would like to be surprised also during the day here. I don't know if that was a good answer to your troublesome question,
well,
but
I think we will come back to
okay.
it. Antonia Axelsson, what do you say to this? What do you think is the greatest challenge?
I think the greatest challenge is finding a common language. I think we are constantly talking past each other. At least I find that in trying to implement issues of sustainable development in businesses, that there is always a wall. One says, we have to make money, and then the next says, but have you thought about? So I think we need to find a common language.
And that is harder than you.
And it's harder than we really understand, I think.
Anders?
I'm just curious why you wanted to found this, co-host this event today. What clicked, so to say?
Probably because I'm so curious, and I do think that I was speaking to someone outside before we came in here, and I said that I think that in Sweden we are very compartmentalized. I mean, either you're an economist, or you are an artist, or you are a scientist, but we very seldom meet. And I think that what we really lack here in very often in our education also is a liberal arts attitude towards education, where a scientist is forced to read Shakespeare, and someone studying humanities has to understand astronomy. And I think we sometimes become very, very specialized too early. So I've been working on this topic for many years, because I think this is really key to becoming humans.
How interesting. And I think it's also a bit challenging for us to have science, politics, and industry, and all of you here today at the same. And I would like to ask you, Madeleine Sjöstedt, as a politician, it's quite unusual for us to have you involved.
Yeah, and it's very surprising, actually. I do understand that you believe that she doesn't understand anything, and you are absolutely right.
We didn't.
But it's actually something that could be seen for you as a challenge to try to educate me and try to get me understand, because it's not only the way of finding a common language, it's also a will of finding a dialogue and have a conversation. And I was struck when I thought about this conference that it has not happened to me for 3 years as vice mayor that there has come a scientist into the city hall saying, hello, I have found something that might be interesting for you to know. I mean, we read a lot, and the cultural administration read a lot, but not once this has happened that a scientist has voluntarily turned up in my room saying, hey, do you know this?
So you did the opposite today by coming here instead.
Exactly, yeah.
So let's see, how many scientists do we have here today? Well, yeah, you have some chances here.
Yeah. How many are from business? Yeah, it's about the same amount, actually.
Who's not from science or business? Right, we have a challenge here.
May I ask you, if I say design and architecture? Oh, that was
Ah.
yeah. That's what they are.
Who's working with biomimicry today? You consider that? Okay. Great.
Sometimes we say that this is quite a new field and a very dynamic phase. And then at the same time, it's a very old field. And I wonder, Anders, what do you think will be the surprise of today? What will you go home with?
I think it's going to be the question, what's in the bag, actually.
What's in the bag?
It's a bag over here. We don't know where it is, but you're going to have the answer later on today. So.
Oh, there's a bag over there. That was very exciting. I think it's time to thank all three of you for this excellent start for our conference. Thank you very much. We'll come back to you later.